Have you ever stopped to think that the things you keep in your home might actually be shortening your life? It sounds extreme, but science proves it. Clutter isn't just about making your house messy. It's affecting your health, your energy, and even your happiness. Think about it. How much time have you spent searching for lost items? How often do you feel stressed just looking around at piles of old papers, unused gadgets, and things you haven't touched in years? A cluttered space creates a cluttered mind, and over time, that stress adds up, leading to higher blood pressure, increased anxiety, and even a weaker immune system. But here's the good news. Decluttering can actually help you live longer, healthier, and happier. In today's video, we're going to uncover 10 things you need to get rid of immediately to create a home that promotes peace, clarity, and longevity. And don't leave early, because number 10 is the most shocking of all. It's not a physical object, but it could be the biggest thing holding you back from a truly fulfilling life. So if you're ready to feel lighter, freer, and healthier than ever before, let's dive in. An inspiring story. Meet Helen, a 74-year-old woman who, like many of us, spent her entire life holding on to things. Her home was filled with memories, old clothes that no longer fit, stacks of paperwork from decades ago, kitchen gadgets she never used, and gifts from loved ones that sat untouched on shelves. Whenever someone suggested she clear things out, she would say the same thing. I might need this someday. But someday never came. Then, one afternoon, everything changed. As Helen walked through her living room, she tripped over an old rug she had kept for years. It was worn out, frayed at the edges, but she never got rid of it because it reminded her of when her children were young. Luckily, she wasn't seriously hurt, but as she sat there on the floor, heart pounding, she looked around and saw something she had never noticed before. Her home, once filled with happy memories, now felt suffocating. That day, she had a realization. The things she had been keeping for comfort had actually become a burden. So she made a decision. It was time to let go. At first, it wasn't easy. Every item carried a memory. Every piece of clutter felt like a part of her past. But as she sorted through her things, one drawer, one shelf, one room at a time, something amazing happened. She felt lighter. Her home became brighter, more open, more peaceful. She no longer had to sift through piles of paper to find what she needed. She didn't trip over clutter. Her stress melted away, and most importantly, she felt free. Helen realized that decluttering wasn't about losing things. It was about making space for what truly mattered. Her health, her happiness, her future. And today, you have the chance to do the same. Let's take that first step together. Number 1, expired medications and old medical supplies. If you have a medicine cabinet filled with old prescriptions, expired pain relievers, or medical supplies you haven't touched in years, you could be putting yourself at serious risk. Most people assume that expired medications are just less effective. But in reality, some medications can become dangerous over time. Certain drugs lose their potency, meaning they won't work when you need them most. Others break down into harmful compounds, which can cause unexpected side effects. Outdated medical equipment, like old blood pressure monitors or glucose meters, might give inaccurate readings, leading to serious health consequences. Imagine reaching for a medication when you're feeling unwell, only to realize it's expired. Or worse, taking something that has degraded into a toxic substance. This isn't just about keeping things organized. This is about protecting your health. Take action now. Go to your medicine cabinet and check every bottle, every box, every piece of medical equipment. Look for expiration dates. If it's past due, dispose of it properly. Don't just throw it in the trash. Many pharmacies and clinics offer safe disposal options. Get rid of broken or outdated medical devices. If it's not working correctly, it's not helping you. It's hurting you. Organize what's left so you can easily find what you need when you need it. This small step could save your life or the life of someone you love. So, when was the last time you checked your medicine cabinet? Do it today. And comment "done" below once you've cleared out the expired clutter. Number 2. Unnecessary paper clutter. Imagine walking past a table covered in old bills, receipts, and paperwork. Does it make you feel calm or overwhelmed? Most people don't realize this, but paper clutter isn't just physical. It's mental. Every time you see a stack of documents, your brain registers it as unfinished business. Even if you don't consciously think about it, it creates stress, anxiety, and the constant feeling that there's something you should be doing. And the truth is, most of it is completely unnecessary. Old utility bills? You don't need them. Receipts from years ago? Let them go. Manuals for appliances you no longer own? Time to toss them. If you're holding on to paper just in case, ask yourself, have you actually needed it in the last year? If not, it's time to clear it out. The solution: declutter and digitize. Keep only what truly matters: important legal documents, medical records, and tax paperwork. Digitize the rest. Scan what you might need and store it on a computer or cloud service. Shred or recycle the rest. Free yourself from the weight of unnecessary clutter. Decluttering your papers isn't just about making space, it's about making peace. So, take a look around. What's one pile of paper you can eliminate today? Start now and comment "cleared out" below once you've taken action. Number 3. Clothes you never wear. Meet Margaret, a 76-year-old woman who loved fashion. Over the years, she collected hundreds of outfits, some from decades ago, some that no longer fit, and some she kept for special occasions that never came. Every time she opened her closet, she was greeted by a packed wardrobe, but nothing to wear. One day, while looking for a simple jacket, she realized something shocking. She hadn't worn more than half of her clothes in years. Yet, she kept them because each piece carried a memory. The dress she wore to her son's graduation, the blouse she bought on vacation but never wore, the jeans she promised herself she'd fit into again someday. And then it hit her. She was holding on to the past instead of embracing the present. She decided it was time to let go. What about you? Look at your own closet. Be honest. When was the last time you actually wore everything in there? If you haven't worn it in over a year, let it go. If it doesn't fit, donate it to someone who needs it now. If you're only keeping it because of guilt or nostalgia, take a picture and move on. Your wardrobe should reflect the life you're living today, not the past you're holding on to. Go to your closet right now. Pick at least 5 things you no longer wear and let them go. And when you do, comment "decluttered" below to inspire others to do the same. Number 4. Unused kitchen gadgets. Be honest, how many times have you bought a fancy kitchen gadget, used it once, and then let it collect dust in the back of a cabinet? That waffle maker that seemed like a great idea? The juicer you swore you'd use every morning? The pasta maker that promised homemade Italian dinners but never saw the light of day? At some point, we've all fallen for the idea that the right kitchen tool will magically turn us into gourmet chefs. But in reality, most of these gadgets just take up space. Less clutter, more functionality. Think about your kitchen right now. Is it easy to find what you need? Or do you have to dig through drawers packed with tools you never use? A cluttered kitchen doesn't make cooking easier. It makes it more frustrating. So here's what you need to do. Take everything out of your cabinets and drawers. Ask yourself, have I used this in the last year? If not, it's time to let it go. Keep only the essentials. The tools you use every week, the ones that actually make your life easier. Donate or give away the rest. Someone else might actually use that bread maker you forgot about. A simple, organized kitchen means less stress, more space, and easier cooking. So, what's one kitchen gadget you've been holding on to but never use? Comment below and let's declutter together. Number 5. Outdated electronics. Meet John, a 78-year-old retiree who always kept up with the latest gadgets, new phones, laptops, and even smart home devices. But there was one problem. He never got rid of the old ones. One day, while looking for a charger, he opened a forgotten drawer and was shocked by what he found. 3 old flip phones from the early 2000s. A tangled mess of mystery chargers and cables, none of which fit anything he currently owned. A digital camera from 15 years ago, long replaced by his smartphone. Even an old VCR, despite not having VHS tapes anymore. And that's when he realized he had been holding on to technology that no longer served him. The hidden problem with old electronics. Most people don't think about it, but outdated electronics are a form of clutter. They take up valuable space. They become useless over time. They contain toxic materials that should be disposed of properly. So, what can you do? Time to declutter and recycle. Gather all your old devices, phones, tablets, chargers, cameras, and remote controls. Sort them. Keep only what still works and is useful. Recycle the rest. Many electronic stores and recycling centers offer safe disposal programs for old tech. Donate working items. A shelter, school, or community center might need that old laptop or phone more than you do. John didn't just clear out his drawer. He freed up space, got rid of unnecessary clutter, and even helped the environment. Now it's your turn. What's the oldest electronic device you still have? Comment below, and let's declutter together. Number 6. Unnecessary furniture. Take a look around your home. Do you see extra chairs that no one sits in? Side tables that just collect dust? A bulky coffee table that makes it harder to walk through the room? Now, imagine getting up at night for a glass of water. One wrong step, and suddenly, you trip over that old ottoman or stub your toe on an unused chair. For seniors, falls are one of the biggest health risks, and cluttered furniture arrangements make them even more dangerous. More furniture equal more risk. Crowded spaces make it harder to move around safely. Unstable furniture, like wobbly tables or weak chairs, increases fall risks. Extra furniture blocks pathways, making daily life more difficult. And let's be honest, how many of these pieces do you actually use? How to create a safer, more open space. Identify furniture that's rarely used. If it's just taking up space, it's time to let it go. Prioritize open walkways. The goal is to move freely without obstacles in your way. Donate or sell unused furniture. Someone else might truly need it. Choose multifunctional pieces. A sturdy chair with storage inside? A small table that serves multiple purposes? Keep what's useful and let go of the excess. A home with less clutter isn't just cleaner, it's safer. So, what's one piece of furniture in your home that no longer serves a purpose? Comment below and start decluttering today. Number 7. Books you'll never read again. Take a look at your bookshelf. How many books have been sitting there untouched for years? We all have them. Novels we finished long ago, outdated self-help books, old textbooks, or cookbooks we never actually used. Now ask yourself, when was the last time you picked them up? If a book has been collecting dust for 5 years, chances are you're never going to read it again. Why keeping too many books can be a problem. They take up space and make your home feel cluttered. They make it harder to find the books you actually love and want to read. They sit unused when someone else could benefit from them. Books are meant to be read, shared, and enjoyed, not hoarded. Time to declutter your shelf. Go through your books one by one. If you haven't touched it in years, let it go. Keep only your favorites, the ones you truly cherish. Donate the rest. Schools, libraries, senior centers, and charities would love to have them. Create space for new knowledge. Letting go of old books makes room for new ideas and fresh inspiration. Decluttering books doesn't mean losing knowledge. It means sharing it. So, what's one book you're finally ready to part with? Comment below and start your decluttering journey today. Number 8. Hobby supplies you no longer use. At some point in life, we all discover new hobbies. Maybe you once loved knitting, painting, scrapbooking, or playing a musical instrument. But over time, interests change and priorities shift. Now, ask yourself, when was the last time you actually used those supplies? If your knitting needles have been untouched for years, if your old watercolor set is gathering dust, if your guitar hasn't been played in a decade, then maybe it's time to let them go. Why holding on holds you back? Unused supplies take up valuable space. They create a sense of guilt. I should get back to this someday. They stop you from embracing new passions that excite you today. But here's the truth. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means moving forward. Set yourself free and help others sort through your hobby supplies. Keep only what you truly enjoy. Donate or gift unused items. Someone else might love and use them right now. Make space for new passions. What new activity have you been wanting to try? Decluttering gives you the freedom to explore. Your past hobbies served their purpose. They brought you joy in their time. Now, it's time to make room for the next exciting chapter. So, what's one hobby item you're ready to let go of? Comment below and share your journey. Number 9. Toxic relationships. Decluttering isn't just about stuff. It's also about people. We often talk about removing clutter from our homes, but what about the clutter in our hearts and minds? The truth is, some relationships do more harm than good. Do you have someone in your life who constantly drains your energy? Do you feel exhausted or unappreciated after spending time with them? Do they criticize more than they support? Bring stress instead of joy? If a relationship leaves you feeling more burdened than uplifted, it might be time to reevaluate it. Toxic relationships equal emotional clutter. Just like keeping broken furniture or outdated electronics, holding on to toxic relationships only takes up space that could be used for something better. They increase stress and anxiety. They lower self-esteem. They take time and energy away from the people who truly care about you. It's time to make a change. Identify relationships that no longer serve you. If someone constantly brings negativity into your life, ask yourself, is this relationship worth keeping? Set boundaries. You don't have to cut people off completely, but you can limit your interactions and protect your well-being. Focus on the people who bring you joy. Surround yourself with those who love, support, and uplift you. Give yourself permission to walk away. Choosing peace over toxicity isn't selfish. It's self-care. Decluttering your life isn't just about letting go of objects. It's about making space for happiness, peace, and the relationships that truly matter. So, what's one small step you can take today to free yourself from emotional clutter? Comment below and take control of your happiness. Number 10. Regret and guilt. Clearing the clutter of the heart. We've talked about decluttering physical objects, unnecessary relationships, and outdated habits. But there's one thing people rarely talk about: the invisible clutter that weighs you down more than anything else. Regret, guilt, the past you can't change. It lingers in your mind, like a dusty attic filled with old memories, some painful, some filled with what-ifs. What if I had spent more time with my loved ones? What if I had taken that opportunity? What if I had made a different choice? And just like physical clutter takes up space in your home, emotional clutter takes up space in your heart. The truth is, holding on to regret doesn't fix the past. It only steals your happiness from today. Why regret and guilt are hurting you. They keep you trapped in a moment that no longer exists. They make you feel unworthy of joy, peace, and self-forgiveness. They stop you from embracing the life you have right now. Imagine trying to walk forward while carrying a heavy box filled with the past. Wouldn't it feel amazing to finally set it down? It's time to let go. Acknowledge your regrets. Don't suppress them. Recognize them for what they are. Ask yourself, is holding on to this pain serving me? If not, it's time to release it. Forgive yourself. You did the best you could with what you knew at the time. Choose to move forward. Make amends if you need to. Write a letter, say the words you never said, or simply promise yourself that from this moment on, you will live differently. Because here's the truth. You are not your past mistakes. You are not your regrets. You deserve to live free. Decluttering isn't just about clearing out old furniture or clothes. It's about clearing the mental and emotional baggage that keeps you stuck. Today, I want you to make a choice. Will you keep carrying the weight of guilt and regret? Or will you choose to set it down and walk forward lighter, freer, and happier? Take a deep breath. Release it. Let it go. You deserve a life that isn't burdened by the past, but filled with possibility. Now, tell me in the comments, what's one thing from your past you're ready to let go of today? Let's take this step forward. Together, look around you. Is there something right now that you can let go of? Maybe it's an old stack of papers, a piece of clothing you haven't worn in years, or even a negative thought that's been holding you back. Whatever it is, don't wait. Start today. Even if it's just one small step, it's a step toward a lighter, freer, and more joyful life. And if you believe that decluttering can help you live better, comment below. I'm ready to join others who are taking action right now. If this video inspired you, hit the like button and let me know. And don't forget to subscribe for more content that helps you live a healthier, happier life after 60. Together, we can create a home and a life filled with more peace, more clarity, and more of what truly matters. Let's make that change, starting today.